We got some breaking news just in from the state capitol. Senate lawmakers just passed a controversial immigration bill. It is now moving on to the House, and the plan is to get it on the November ballot. It basically allows local law enforcement to have federal immigration enforcement power.
Yeah, this is controversial because historically only federal agents have had the authority to enforce immigration laws. But Arizona Republican lawmakers, especially in the Senate, have been modeling this idea after a law that is in effect in Texas, which is currently held up in the court system there. So whatever happens here in Arizona would be contingent on how that court case works out in Texas. But again, the breaking news here tonight as we approach the 6 o'clock hour, our state Senate has passed this plan, which would eventually send this idea, this border measure, to our ballot in November. As you mentioned, Nicole, it does still have to pass through the state House in order for voters to get the final say. It
was a late in the day vote because Republican Ken Bennett was holding out.
Yeah.
There was an original proposal to, if the feds removed like protection for any dreamers, he wanted to make sure that they were protected and not automatically deported. So that provision got folded into this. But again, this just passed and is headed to the House for a vote now.
One of the last minute changes at the Senate today.